What's everybody? This is Wise Kendrick here again at the Shakil School of Martial Arts here with another monthly update video. We've made it. We've made it through a whole nother summer. Now I know some of us would like for our summer to be a little bit longer, but as it stands, tomorrow is September 1st. Well, depending on when you receive this video, it's already September. So I just want to update you guys on some of the changes that will be coming as the rest of the year moves forward. As you guys are pretty much aware, the dojo calendar has been since revamped since the beginning of July. Of course, this month we have included a couple of more tournaments added to the list. Well, actually, no, not a couple more tournaments. We only really have like one tournament that we're going to try to get to. We, of course, have our Warriors Day, which is our big annual training camp. That, of course, will include our training camp, our food fest, our book bag drive, which we are still looking for donations from, as well as our cookout and 3-on-3 basketball tournament. So we've already been collecting book bags and school supplies and stuff for the back to school drive. So you have until next week, until next weekend to make a donation so we can have it ready to go for the training camp. And that's pretty much it. So again, as you can see, the calendar still follows the same format as previous calendars. You got your kata week, you got your self-defense week, your sparring week, traditional week, and of course, competition and strike testing week. I know this month is a little bit weird because the first is actually on a Friday, and technically speaking, that would probably count as the first week of kata, but it will most likely be adjusted to match the remainder of the calendar. So more than likely on the first as well as the second, which is the Friday and Saturday, we will be purely focusing on kata as well as strike testing as well. So be sure to make sure you are here for class. That also reminds me, the dojo will be following a new schedule going forward. The schedule has always been kind of set, but we've been making small changes here and there. But as it stands, the official calendar, or rather the official schedule, is completely different now. We are incorporating back our exercise program and aerobics program back in for the adults. So now you will be able to participate in aerobics class during the morning at about 7 a.m. or so. The 4 o'clock hour has officially been removed from the normal karate schedule. The only exception will be Fridays, which is reserved for the Mighty Mites. So Monday through Thursday, that 4 o'clock hour will be reserved for anyone who would like to reserve that spot for private lessons, whether it be with me or the Asatita. You can officially schedule your private lesson slot. That, of course, will be from Monday to Thursday, and of course, Sundays are open for private lessons as well. The beginners will officially be at 5 o'clock every day, Monday through Friday, at 5 p.m. Of course, Mondays and Fridays, the 6 o'clock hour will be for beginners and advanced students. As always, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 o'clock is reserved only for advanced students and whoever else we allow to come into that class. Mondays and Fridays at 7, of course, is still the adults classes, which is open to all adults. Monday, Thursday, anytime after 7 is open to aerobics, which means there will be a aerobics class on Monday evenings at 8 p.m., as well as a kickboxing class right after that. We will have the boxing and kickboxing classes, of course, with Professor Bahir, still on Tuesdays at 7:30, followed up by another kickboxing program at 8:30. We also have a women's aerobics class, which is also the Women's Crush Wednesdays class. That is still at 8 p.m. on Wednesday evenings, as followed up by another kickboxing class. We will have yoga and meditation on Thursdays at 7 now. We are going to officially bring yoga back into the program, followed by another kickboxing class. And then, of course, we're going to have a kickboxing class on Fridays at 8 p.m. as well. Saturday morning at 7 a.m. will be yoga and meditation again. So you will have 2 days for yoga and meditation. 8 a.m. will, of course, be the morning aerobics class. And then, of course, 9 a.m. for the Mighty Mites. 10 and 11 p.m. are for beginner and advanced students. And team training will officially be at 12 o'clock on Saturdays now. I know before the summer hit, we had it from 1 to 3. but now we are streamlining the classes, so team training will officially be from 12 to 2 going forward. So they'll have Mighty Mice class at 9, classes at 10 and 11 for beginner and advanced students, and of course, team training at 12. And then Sundays, we will officially be having black belt class once again. That will, of course, be from 8 to 10 p.m. I know most of you guys who who go to church would prefer to have early, so we've officially moved the black belt class time to 8 a.m. From 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., that's the time frame is open for all private lessons. So if you would like to come in on Sunday for privates, whether again would be with me or Asatita, you can schedule your time slot anywhere between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. on Sundays. And that is the schedule going forward for the remainder of the dojo. So we are incorporating back our aerobics classes full time. Our kickboxing classes, we're going to be introducing yoga and meditation. I know it seems like a lot of classes have been taken off the schedule, but it's actually allowing for a lot more leeway for a lot of people, because we know that 4 o'clock hour was rough for a lot of you guys, that you couldn't make it to the 4 o'clock. So 5, 6, and 7 are the official class times for all our students. And then of course that 4 o'clock hour, that 4 o'clock time frame, with the exception of Fridays, is open for private lessons. So you will be able to schedule that on our dojo scheduler as well. So please be on the lookout for that. Which also reminds me, we are now really trying to be serious about class sign up. I know we've been real lax, especially during the summer, about students just coming in on the floor, because we knew a lot of you guys weren't around. But starting back in September, we are really going to be adamant that you sign up for class. Because as you can look at the calendar, the schedule is the schedule. And of course, Wednesdays are going to be designated for something very specific. So in order for you to understand exactly what's going on with the schedule, so you don't come here confused, we are asking all of you to please be sure to sign up for your time slot for class. All right? The schedule link is always in the email, so be sure to tap that and schedule your child or yourself for whatever class slot you would like to come in. This brings us to our next talking point, which is Night of Champions. We had mentioned that Night of Champions was going to officially start in September, so we will begin having Wednesday's Night of Champions. As I said before, the class schedule will be beginners at 5 p.m. We had mentioned before that Night of Champions was actually going to be from 6:30 to 8 p.m. We've changed that. Night of Champions will officially be from 6 p.m. to 7:30. So students who are coming to Night of Champions will have an hour and a half class. As mentioned before, the first 2 Wednesdays of the month will be Kata Night of Champions. The last 2 Wednesdays of the month, the following 2 Wednesdays of the month will be Fight Night Night of Champions. If there is a 5th Wednesday within that month, that will be Night of Champions runoffs, as well as awarding of the winners for Night of Champions. So again, if you sign up for the 6 p.m. time slot on Wednesday for Night of Champions, you are coming in with the understanding you are coming there to compete. Going forward, we will let you know if you're allowed to come to that class to compete. Right now, the people who are allowed to come and compete on Night of Champions are orange belts and up. If there are any white belts that we feel that are ready to join in on Night of Champions, we will let you know ahead of time, so you know that you are allowed to come to that class to compete, whether it's for kata or fighting. More than likely, it will most likely just be kata for right now, because we know a lot of you guys haven't gotten your fighting equipment. Again, you guys should start to get to work on that as well, because your fighting equipment will be needed at some point during your training. So do not hesitate or do not wait too long to purchase that equipment. That brings me also to our next big event, which is our Warriors Day, which is our training camp, book bag drive, and food fest. That will be taking place on September 9th, which is a Saturday. The training camp will begin promptly at 9 a.m. We will be training up until 11 a.m., which is where our food fest, our book bag drive will begin. At 12 p.m. is when the 3-on-3 basketball tournament will begin, so you guys will be able to register for that. We are still looking for volunteers to help out with the food fest as well as the book bag drop. And we are still accepting donations, like I said before. So if you guys would like to be a part of that, please do not hesitate to come and join. Team training will officially be from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturdays now. We have moved it up an hour. Now that school is back in session, we are going to be getting serious with team training. So, if at any point we have named you as being as part of our, not only our tournament team, but our demo team, you must come to team training. We're going to be going over the rules of that again, probably on the next team training session, not this coming Saturday, but the following Saturday, just so we can establish the ground rules again. If you would like to be a part of the team, you are welcome to come to that class. We are actually extending invitations out to certain students that we feel would do well for the team. So if any of us immediately after that ever approached about coming to team training, that is because we see something in you. So please try to make that class if you can. We are also looking at belt promotions. We are looking at belt promotions probably sometime in November, between November and December. Before the year is out, we are looking at promotions. We don't have the amount of promotions set on the docket just yet, but as you guys have been well aware, we have been doing stripe testing at the end of every month. Usually the last 3 days of the week within that month are the days that we are doing stripe testing. So we're going to be looking at definitely doing a white belt promotion sometime soon before the year is out, because we know we've had an influx of new students here that have been here for quite a while, and some of them are almost ready to go to that next level. So be on the lookout for that announcement sometime in October or November for our next promotion day. The calendar for tournaments for next year is being constructed as we speak. A lot of tournaments haven't been listed out just yet, so once a lot more tournaments have been listed, that tournament list will be out and distributed to the entire team. So don't be surprised if the tournament schedule won't be out until sometime around November or December. November is really when the tournament season kind of officially ends. At the same time, it also begins as well. So the last tournament, which I believe is another crane tournament in Rhode Island, is in November. It's on November 5th, as a matter of fact. So it'll be on the calendar, of course, but once that calendar, the tournament calendar year is over, the new calendar will start, and all those tournaments that we'll be trying to go to next year will be on the list. So be on the lookout for that. Aside from that, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for this video update. So as you guys have been made aware, it is the September calendar will be out to you guys. It'll be in all the things I talked about will be in the email. The September calendar, of course, the new schedule for the entire dojo. You guys understand what Night of Champions is about. Warriors Training Camp is next Saturday, September 9th at 9 a.m. Team training will officially be at 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturdays. We are going to be looking to have some belt promotions sometime later on in the year. And that'll be that. So again, we urge you to please be sure to make sure you sign yourself or your children up for your time slot for the dojo. We are going to be very adamant about students signing up for class, because we don't want you coming into a class that you're not supposed to be in. Okay? We've had that happen before. We've kind of let it slide, but this time we're going to be sticking to it. If it's not your class, then you don't need to sign up for it, unless we give you an oral invitation to come to that class. Other than that, hope you guys have enjoyed your summer vacation. I hope you guys are ready to go back to school. I kind of am, but I'm kind of not. But it is what it is. And I will see you guys on the floor. Us.